What is up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.,
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
and welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a sports show that covers sports across the valley and the Lone Star State. Now, it has been one heck of a summer,
It does.
summer of love. And speaking of love, let's give a shout out and some love to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make your next comic book Apogee. Visit Apogee Comics all throughout social media and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. My brother,
What a summer! What a summer!
what a summer! It's been a while, don't Freddie?
It's been interesting. It's been interesting.
It's been interesting, ups and downs in sports.
But keeping an eye on those Astros.
Oh yes, man. Oh yes. Can I say we are number one?
Oh,
We are number one. It will be a lot more cheerful to say that we're number one, but we're barely hanging on to that number one spot because
Trailing,
Oh,
but you know what?
yeah.
What we talked about. I mean, it was like they've been doing so great. They've been hot. They've been doing what they needed to do. They've been making some additions. Some changes had to happen, and some just wanted to be happening. You know what I mean?
yeah, it left a lot of fans shocked, my ourselves included,
Mm-hmm.
with that trade. But we'll tap into that trade right now.
Correct.
Because honestly, I felt it paid off with that trade because since that one loss against the White Sox in June, something woke up in them. Something like they're like, okay, we can't be losing to this team. Not to diss the White Sox because they just broke their record, but like
something clicked.
something clicked. Be like, we can't be losing to this kind of team.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole month of June, they ended with the record with 17-8. Something woke up in them, and they showed that, you know what, there's still juice left in that juice box.
To show the team that they
I don't know.
could and should be.
Yes, exactly. There's still juice in
In
that
that
juice
Minute
box.
Maid Park.
Yeah.
Squeeze out every
Yeah,
juice
he's
out
all right
there.
right. But yeah, though, like, although July, it took a little bit of a dip, though. But either way, we still continued hard. You know, that's still that lingering fear that I have, and you have yourself, and other Astros fans as well, is that, you know, towards the end of July, they were falling back into old habits. Old bad habit, leaving the bases loaded, striking, too early, striking on the first pitch. Like it's been frustrating though. But honestly, I can say with the batting average that we ended, in June with a 2.81, and took somewhat of a dip in July with 2.47. Either way, the month of August, we were on a 3 losing streak. But hey, guess what? We beat the Rangers today, and hey, Silver Boot Series clinched, baby.
That's a nice.
Clinched.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was a good win. That was a good win.
Unfortunately, it was against the Rangers, the Texas team, but you know what? Nonetheless, the Astros came out on top, and congratulations to them.
Oh yeah, oh yes. Either way, rivalry. Yes, that's me being a biased Astros fan.
No, that's a true. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, the winners go to the spoils.
And apparently, from what I've checked, and you check again, this is the last time we'll face them in this regular season. So who knows? Who knows if we'll face them in the playoffs? Because honestly, the Rangers have not been doing so hot, dropping down from first place down to third.
And they're not trailing that well. They're not that close.
No. But despite injuries and despite the setbacks the Astros have faced, we're there in first place again, and I hope it stays there, and I hope it improves.
Yeah.
Hopefully tonight when the Mariners face against the Detroit Tigers do us a favor.
I think one of the things that you said was very interesting, and I think the fatigue of the players has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it's a dog days of summer.
Yeah.
It's a dog, wear and tear. Like any sports teams, the wear and tear happens.
Yeah, exactly. And then the summer hot, man. This heat. I know they play indoors, but either way, man.
Yeah.
Either way, man. It's still something. It gets to it, and they play almost 3 games a week, 3 games at minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of games. I know one of the things is that you said is that you would like to see them rest some of their players.
Yes.
More.
One in particular is Altuve. Because I feel that you have a guy signed for the contract. he does promote. But and these past couple of games, he hasn't had a home run since I believe June. I believe that if I'm saying correct, June or early July. But that goes to show you the wear and tear. Yes, he's been getting RBI, he's been getting like ground balls and
Pretty
whatnot
good
and everything.
hits.
Yeah, and in second base he's been doing spectacular. But I feel like if you want to protect your legacy player, if you want to make sure that he's okay, rest him,
Yeah.
because unfortunately you don't want what happened to Kyle Tucker happen to him. Because honestly, we're going on already on the third month
Oh
of
my
no Tucker,
goodness,
of
I
no King Tucker.
know.
The kingdom's without its king.
And then you come back thinking, how is he gonna come back? On top of that, with an injury, you know what I mean?
So mostly it's a bone bruise, but honestly, I'm starting to think it's a little bit more of an injury that more of a serious injury for being out this long.
Yeah.
I'm thinking hairline fracture, and hopefully I'm wrong about that. I really hope I'm wrong about that.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, but like supposedly he's gonna come back next month. Hopefully he recovers quicker and comes back because honestly, his presence you can feel that it's needed. Yes, we're on a winning streak, but it's been a battle.
Yes,
It's been a battle.
And like maybe having him there might create an opening for a lot of these players to go ahead and get some rest, to create more rotation too.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, in a more space that breathing right here, we won't need as many players. We can rest them as much. Like Altuve, one of the things that I can see that his batting average is 3.303.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of the best on the team, and like you said, it's gone down.
It's gone down,
and
yeah.
he's still one of the best on average hitters, which is why they probably don't rest him. And I can only assume that they don't want to go ahead and rest him for the same reason as much.
Well, yeah, that's understandable because it's a crucial time.
Yeah,
the wins are like
not
wins.
fair.
There's no slack. There's no give or space to have these kind of losses, especially now. Like right now, I know tomorrow they're not going to play. They're heading to Boston to go up against the Red Sox, and well, they're third place in their division, but at the same time, they're no pushover with the 61 and 51.
Is that the same?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the no. They're at 61, 51. Yeah.
I mean, I got so surprised with the Orioles.
Hey, that goes to show you though. That's exactly where I go back to my point. Like, there's still juice in the juice box.
No,
they still got some give, and this team ain't going so far.
And that's what I think that was at the beginning when they were starting to get that
little momentum when they swept them. Oh man, I felt that. I'm like, oh, the Stros are back, baby.
Man,
the Stros are back.
Yeah. Those boom.
Don't get me wrong,
boom.
Win or lose, hey. Boom, Astros fan to the end, Of course, we're rocking gear. We're
still fans.
Yeah. We're not riding the train. No, we're not no bandwagon people here. No.
We speak the truth, but we love them.
Yes, exactly. And truth be told, like they've been having a hard time pitching wise. It's been a struggle. And I feel like it's slowly getting back into its space where they were great at,
where they were comfortable.
Yeah, where they were comfortable at, and like honestly, when it came to the controversial trade that a lot of fans were vocal about, us included, but we were vocal not in a negative way. We were vocal in the sense of like, okay, is this a right trade? Like, is this a good trade and all that?
We saw a light coming from it. Like we saw the benefits and the cons.
We were left with once again with another orange juice reference. Was the juice worth the squeeze? Yes, because they traded Jake Bloss, Joey Luperfido, and Will Wagner.
Luperfido, man,
that hurt us both. That hurt us both.
As soon as I saw you say that, I was like, oh, you saw that?
Yeah,
it crushed me.
Yeah, and like I'll give you that. Yeah, he had his Odell Beckham moment when he got that catch. Yes, I'll give that. And he had he was good. He was good. He was good. As an outfielder, he was great. But I still felt he still needed a little bit more pepper. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was headed. I feel like you said.
Like he was headed towards that direction, and I felt, with Jake Bloss, like I'm like, oh darn, because like I seen that kid pitch. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like,
it was a star blooming.
Yeah, there's a star blooming there. So like, what was that trade? Worth it? Like, but I give him that. For Kikuchi, you say Kikuchi, the times that he's pitched for us have been phenomenal. I think he had like 11 the first time, and no, he had 10 the first time and 11 this time, I believe. But yeah, I guess it was, but it's one of those trades that I feel that in the long run it's going to hurt us.
It was beneficial now, not for the future.
Not for the future. Yeah.
Okay.
But who knows? Maybe the Stros might get him back later on. Because I know Joey Luperfido left heartbroken, but he still had nothing but love for the organization of Houston.
I mean, if we get a chance, I would love for him to come back.
Oh no, definitely.
If we do get a chance,
I feel that the opportunity comes up, he will come back.
I mean, I'll be happy for that. That's a good player. He was a great player. He did a lot of good stuff for us.
Yeah.
And like you said, he was on his way to go ahead and maybe what this can be is seen as an opportunity for him to grow.
Yeah.
And to get him more experience, different ways, different techniques, maybe a different team, what works, maybe something better for him. For whatever reason, the experience out there, getting more. So maybe he comes back with a lot more knowledge, experience that he needed to get. That he could have probably got with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I felt that if you were to also make a trade, it would also be for like the first baseman. Not to diss John Singleton, he's been doing great, he's been doing his best, but I felt that we needed a little bit more strength in first base.
And I know you had somebody in mind.
And I already had somebody in mind that I wish the Astros moved on him, and they didn't sleep on Josh Bell. Josh Bell but the Arizona Diamondbacks in the beginning, he used to play with the Marlins. Remember I told you that? I wish they would have moved on him. I wish they would have moved on him.
And you think that I mean, our Luperfido case, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Jake Blas, I mean, I don't know. Maybe do you think like the other two trades they would have seen the beneficial, the benefits of trading him for them three, all three of them?
Yeah, like three people, like the three prospects, four. Yeah, you could see.
Maybe they would have wanted somebody else.
Somebody else. Like I honestly felt that was a lot of our guys.
Oh, like maybe there's too many.
Yeah, that was too many for one person.
Yeah. Well, what? No, but for your guy, for
Josh Bell.
For Josh, yes, for Josh Bell.
I would have traded. I guess I would have traded Montero, which he moved down to AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm all like, I knew he was going that way because honestly, I think they were overpaying him, and he wasn't even doing that much.
But you see, that's the kind of stuff that they'll probably see, so they wouldn't want.
Yeah.
So, but would you think? Well, let's say we would say those three players. Would you think that they would have gone for that trade, or they would have wanted more, or someone else?
That's a good question, but I honestly feel like I probably would have gone the same way. There's prospects.
So you think Josh? For him. For Josh Bell, we would have been able to go ahead and trade it. It would have been like those three trades would have been more than enough.
Yeah, they would have. It's like I said, like when it came to trade bait, what we had and all that. Like if one of the main rosters, Montero would have been a perfect one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they would have seen something like trade Montero for Kikuchi would have been great, and then those three prospects for Josh Bell to get a solid first baseman.
Would have been nice.
Yeah. But honestly, with all the injuries that the Astros have been facing with, like they don't
have time to go ahead and too many players, cut off too many players.
Yeah. Like and Singleton, he's been mediocre. No, well, that's a harsh word to say, mediocre. He's been all right. Yeah, like that's a wrong choice of word, not mediocre. He's been all right at first base.
He's hitting a dip.
Yeah. He's gotten his hits. He's gotten his hits every now and then, but at first base, he's been good. He's been good. Yeah. He's been good. So I guess maybe that's why they're like, you know what, just leave him there, and they needed more help in pitching wise. And honestly, like after today's game, especially seeing Kikuchi, I think they made the right choice.
No, I mean, definitely. At least for right now, for what we can see.
Yeah. For right now, yeah.
So far, as we can see.
So far, yeah.
Definitely, I agree with. I can't agree with you more. I mean,
Mhm.
I think they made the right decision so far.
So far.
I mean, of course, it could always, something, you never know. But unfortunately, I
Yeah.
hope not. Knock on wood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't get
Hopefully
injured.
not. Injury, I think
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
say it, but
But
yeah.
but here's the thing though. Here's the only problem with that. Yes, he's performing and whatnot, and but the thing is, he becomes a free agent.
Yeah,
He, be,
that's what I was
he
going to say.
Yeah, he becomes a free agent by the end of the season.
You told me that
Yeah,
that it
yeah,
was only for 1 year.
yeah. So like, I felt like they traded all that, just for a rental.
It seems that way. I mean, hopefully, like, after this year, I mean, maybe, but the bad thing is that it's gonna cost.
Yeah, it's gonna cost. Yeah, but hopefully enough the Stros will have the budget to
And for him to want
to want to. Yeah, yeah.
because that'll help a lot. That'll help if he wants to stay with us, and he likes it. He does. And like you said, he wasn't performing. And we both saw that he was kind of like underperforming.
Oh, with the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he just wasn't happy with the organization for whatever reason. Because I mean, the way he's pitching right here is what I didn't see that. I didn't see that over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, he's doing great with us. Thank goodness. I mean, he's showing his worth.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not because at the end of the year he's like a free agent.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's because he wants to show us what he's got and he wants to stay here with the Astros.
Yeah. And even at that, hopefully they don't. The Astros don't mess this up and like not offer him like a good worth contract. You know what I mean?
Especially if by the end of this season he performs, and continues to perform the same way he does.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, but honestly, I felt like these two past, at the mound for him to be pitching for us have been great. He's performed. Yeah, although I think that's the first time they had 2 runs on him, but other than that, he ended up smoking the other 2 guys, and there's both times I think at today's game, like he left it well enough until I think it was Taylor he pitched today. After him, he was the relief pitcher. Kind of messed up a little bit, but other than that, I felt he's been doing great, and I look forward to hopefully seeing him again pitch against the Red Sox because like they're not a team to be messing around with either. They're third place in their division, but they're 61 and 51.
Yeah, I mean they've been doing phenomenally, so they hopefully they continue and continue winning series.
Yes,
especially like this was they're in third place right now, but the Rangers are also no pushover. I mean they're also
they weren't a pushover. No,
they've won hard teams, beat hard teams. So you know what I mean. This was a good win. This was a good series win, and hopefully we continue to get those.
It could have been a sweep, but it was that last home run, that walk-off home run they got. That stung. That stung. I was like, ugh.
It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, we had it, but yeah.
I think that's the hardest part. Is like the way it happened.
Yeah, the way it happened. Like, okay.
It stings more that way when it's like a final last.
Well, but here we are in first place. Hopefully we stick to it. That we're in the wild card and whatnot, and continue going forward, and go to the World Series.
Yeah, no. We need to go ahead and continue. Second place. I mean, man, they're right after us. They're trailing us, and they're not gonna go ahead and let us get the first place without giving us a hard time.
No, yeah, I hope so too, and I hope honestly that it doesn't go down to like tiebreakers and we lost just because of like fluke thing and not because of a game.
You see, like that I think that's the hardest part when it's just by a game, or like you said, like even losing like that by a walk off, man. That's a tough.
Yeah,
that's very tough.
Yeah. But let's just see how they perform against the Red Sox this Friday. So
let's see how they do, and I expect either way for them to do to play good and to win the series.
Oh, definitely. I already see that forward too.
Yeah, I mean they should hopefully, like you said, there are no pushovers, but I mean the way Astros been playing, and
they need to keep that fire going. They need to keep that fire going.
I just keep seeing a lot of times that this hits the man they're outfield, but they just can't
Yeah,
get
get it. I
over
know. I know.
and keep on getting those hits. But
Mm,
we'll see.
yeah. But on to the basketball court.
Ooh.
This offseason has been wild, sports fans, because honestly, the San Antonio Spurs have left us wondering, what?
What's going
What's going on?
on?
Like,
Well, it hasn't been pretty.
no. And I voiced my
Yeah.
frustration with the player that I wanted them to sign, and then they get him. I'm like, yes, and then they're like, they trade him off to the Timberwolves.
What's going
Rob
on?
Dillingham. Why?
And not only that, to who?
Yeah, the Timberwolves.
To
I was
who?
like, make them stronger. I guess I don't know, for like two picks that like are years off for like I like what was it 26 and 27?
Yeah.
Like 27,
Like 27,
28?
I
Yeah,
believe. Yeah.
27, 28. Yeah,
Yeah.
way off. Like what about now? Like Wemby's young, built around him right now.
Yep.
But then I see that they got Chris Paul.
Yeah. Good addition.
Good addition, but at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see the whole, hopefully he is able to go ahead and help him. I really do hope he's able to go ahead and assist Wemby.
Yeah, but yeah, as a point guard, maybe he'll bring that veteran experience or whatnot. And you know what? I give it to him.
Mhm.
I give Chris Paul props because he's like, you know what? I want to go play with San Antonio, and he has said it before, and I'm glad that he's happy there. Okay, that's perfect. If players that want to play there and they want to they want to be a part of the San Antonio Spurs, by all means welcome. But at the same time, like, yeah, when it comes to Chris Paul, because honestly, his stats took a dip
Yeah.
last season when he played with the Warriors. Oh, but hopefully we get the Chris Paul, that fire, that hunger from the one when he played with the Suns, because he was on fire those 2 seasons that he was with them.
Yeah.
Sorry, 3 seasons that he was with them.
And I know we're talking about it. I believe he was injured. I believe, yeah, like we were talking about it.
He was injured most of the time during
most of the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, but I mean, either way, I think that a point guard's needed. Like I hope him wanting to go to and wanting to be there
Yeah.
is enough, because sometimes that's what helps out a lot. When you want to be somewhere, you want to be in a team.
Yeah.
It gives you the momentum, the spirit, to go ahead and go and do more than go and achieve more.
Yeah.
And I hope it is enough. Honestly, for the sake of Wimby, I really do hope so, because I don't want to tire him out and him want to go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, frustrate him.
Or frustrate him. You know what I mean? When, hey man, you got this guy, you got to go ahead and build around him, man.
Yeah. And believe it or not, we're not the only ones who felt that way. There's been other Spurs fans that we've actually had this same conversation too. That hey man, if they don't build around him and it has the same record as like this last season, yeah, he's gonna get frustrated. He's gonna want out. The first chance he gets for free agency, homeboy's dipping out of San Antonio.
Yep.
So hopefully, I mean, even with Steven Castle, like, yeah, so that was the second, best one. Was okay, I give you that. But with the combination of Chris Paul and Steven Castle, hopefully they'll, be enough to help out Wemby.
I do hope so. I mean, I do hope, and I do think that maybe he can make it somewhat of a difference, because I will say a point guard they need a point guard.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, like the dip that he felt, with the Warriors, it's hardly much of a harsh dip, if anything at all. The way it looks here, what I mean.
Yeah, because I think it's more towards his injury that he kind of and also you gotta see how it affected him as well too.
It affected his game as well too. Yeah, but honestly, I feel that it's a great addition. I guess it's grown on me. I was yelling in the parking lot like a maniac. What?
But I guess at this rate, I mean, just like as long as they help out, man.
Yeah.
As long as they help out.
At that point, I'm like, you know what? As long as you help out Wemby and you perform, welcome to San Antonio, Chris Paul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I mean, he needs every help he can get.
Yeah.
Just get him the ball. Hey, you know what? Help him out here and there. score a little bit outside the paint, inside the paint.
Yeah. Mhm.
Attack with also. I mean, I think one of the biggest things was they didn't attack the paint as much last season.
No, they
right?
didn't. They didn't. They didn't. Like it was enough bricks to build a house. Let's just say that. Yeah.
And it was heartbreaking every
Yeah,
time.
heartbreaking each play. You're like,
Every
you're like,
time.
but the thing is, you want to watch it. You're like, maybe it might be different, but no. Some people say it's the definition of insanity. Well, guess what? We're insane. We're Spurs fans.
I mean, honestly, we're at this point. It sounded like masochist
Yeah, we just enjoyed the pain, dude.
at this point. But
It was
no,
coming.
no.
It was coming.
No,
But yeah.
you know what? Hey, no. You know what?
No.
You got to see it with open, a little bit more brightness.
Yeah. Like White Sox fans. Although they already broke the losing record. But,
Oh, hey, boy.
yes, fine, yes.
I saw that. I was like,
Finally, yeah.
well, I don't know what to say. Well, with that being said, I hope those Spurs do good.
Honestly, yeah.
And hopefully, he helps. Hopefully, he does. It's a positive, not a negative. And hopefully,
I honestly believe with him signing now, like as the months pass by since finding out, after long nights of staring at my ceiling, wondering why did they get Chris Paul. I feel that it's a good it's a good decision.
Choice.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Yeah.
I hope his veteran ship shows, and let's say they would have gone with their pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they would have been able to just plug and play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With him in that sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't got I don't know their plan. I don't know if they would have maybe said, you know what, let's go ahead, and he still needs a little bit more. Maybe that's why they traded him. Good pick though. I mean, I really do think he would have been a plug and play.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised that they did get Rob Dillingham, but
why they didn't keep him?
Why didn't keep? No. What they got for just giving him up though, like 2 trade.
On top of that, what they? That's what you're.
But you know what though? I honestly feel like they'll, in the long run, maybe they might get somebody. But honestly, the dry, the dry spell of the San Antonio Spurs, like honestly, how many playoffs has it been? When was the last time they were in the playoffs?
I forget that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with you with your question, and right now I'll go ahead and check that because I myself don't even know.
No, I think it's since 2020. Honestly, 2020. I think was the last time they were, or was it 2019? It's been a while, folks. It's been a while since the Spurs have been.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Either way, I mean, this past season was just.
Oh, that was a train wreck.
It was just so much to accumulate. It doesn't matter, like 10 seasons. It
was a dumpster fire that felt like it was 5 seasons long.
Yes,
that's what it was.
And that, you know what I mean. And that's
Yeah. It was 2020, I believe. Yeah. This is the last time that the Spurs were in the playoffs. Yeah.
It's been a while. On top of that season, so it's like I mean, there's so much questions. I think the biggest question is, can the Spurs have a winning season this year and make it to the playoffs?
The way it's been building up, I can honestly say that it's starting to look that way.
I do hope. I mean, Wemby is a big factor, of course.
Yeah,
so,
team player.
Having him, of course, it's always positive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's hopefully see that these changes are enough.
Yeah, with the combination of Chris Paul and Steven Castle helping him out, I think it might increase his chances of the Spurs going the distance. Maybe not so much the distance, but maybe towards the playoffs. Or who knows?
Maybe he's enough to get that.
Maybe he's enough.
You know what I mean?
Maybe he's the secret ingredient they needed.
Yeah, maybe something just clicks on everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a young team,
and the way it looked, is like Wemby was excited for Chris Paul to be there, and Chris Paul was excited to see Wemby. So,
No, I mean it's because he sees what he's capable of,
Well, yeah, exactly.
and vice versa. I mean, seeing a player, a veteran player, does excite me too because
Hmm.
I think like we were talking about, like we were just a young team. Maybe that's what they needed. Maybe to take out the rust last year, and
Yeah,
hopefully something clicks on them this year. That you know what, everybody plays well.
definitely, definitely. And speaking of playing well, the Rockets with a much needed pick.
Yeah,
Yeah, much needed pick because honestly they had nobody in the 3-point Browns to help them out. But
yeah.
with Reed, like with Reed Shepard that they got him, and and they also re-signed Nate Williams. I feel that this is something that they greatly needed, and who knows? Hopefully he starts off as the Rockets, or they might send him, to sharpen up his tools with the RGV Vipers.
I mean, either way, that they were a good, solid team overall. Like there wasn't
Yeah,
just one player that you saw, but they were all they were. It was a good team.
it
Rockets had a good,
it,
good,
it,
solid
it
team.
was it was solid.
Yeah,
It was solid. It was just injuries, man.
yeah,
Injuries and that missing 3-point shooter.
correct.
They didn't have that killer. They didn't have that killer
I
there.
saw with this lad. That's one last. Well, actually, I think it was the last game. Man, just
Mhm.
kept on seeing a bunch of mysteries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ah.
And ironically enough, this past season, like it says right here, Houston was one of the worst teams in the league with a 3-point percentage.
So I mean, they obviously worked on that, and
Even they
they
agree.
try
Even
to
the
go
stat
ahead and
says
see. Yeah,
it's
they try.
an unfortunate stat that we had. Yeah, but yeah,
It's because it was hard to miss. It was hard to miss.
yeah. Well, they were missing.
Yeah, they were hard to miss,
They
but
were
yeah,
missing.
they did it.
Yeah, it was hard to miss. Yeah, we seen. It was hard to miss. Yeah. We're watching them miss. Like,
We pay you to miss.
yeah, exactly. But not this the Houston Rockets.
No, no.
I've been very vocal about that team going the distance and going
Yeah.
to playoffs since
mean,
last
even
season that they started.
even with that, their wins.
Yeah. It was injuries, and that one missing 3-point shooter that they didn't have. And hopefully with this Reed Shepard, signed out of Kentucky, good basketball players there. I feel that it might prove to be the one factor that they needed to get that far too.
It sure is gonna help.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying this as a biased Texas fan. I'm saying this as a fan in general of that basketball team and basketball and seeing it all the way they play out. That I feel that
No, Houston did have a solid team, and
yeah,
they
they had a
did really
solid team.
good.
And
And
now that they're all rested, I feel with this addition, it might be it might be the great missing factor that they need.
and hopefully it doesn't go the same way it did this year. They did have a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
They did have quite a bit.
They were there, man. They were right there.
Yeah.
They were right there.
But you know what? I mean, it's another year. I think they're going to be a solid team this year. They didn't really need a lot. It's just
No.
overall, they don't have a star player.
No.
I don't know. Maybe that's what they need for whatever reason. But I'm going to be honest with you. I from what we saw, they have a good, solid team overall.
Yeah.
They have like overall, like all 5 players play good, and together they can get wins.
Yeah, and I hope they give more playtime to our boy Nate Hinton.
Oh yeah, yeah. Obviously, great guy.
Great guy. Yeah,
Awesome guy, man.
Yeah. We're just fans.
Yeah, we're gonna always be fans.
We're always gonna be fans.
Obviously, when we talked to him, man, it was awesome. He took his time. It was nice to us. He will obviously, gave us a bit of his time.
And what he said, was the truth.
Yeah.
Like they took the losses, but you know what? With that, there's like they're gonna change up their game plan and hit forward, and they did.
They did. They played solidly.
They did. And those that played with the Vipers win with the Rockets.
Yeah.
And you've seen it. We've seen it.
And I'm sorry, but you cannot look at the playoff loss, considering how they played. I mean, it's not the same thing.
That's not the same thing.
It was a goal. It's not the. I wish they would have more like a series because that was like one loss and that's it. No, I think if they would have gone for a series, they would have beat them. I think it was just like I don't say and barely.
Yeah,
did they beat them?
Yeah, barely. It's true. It's true.
I honestly think the Vipers were the better team.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And this upcoming season, they will show up with a vengeance.
No,
well rested, injuries healed, blood boiling, wanting to be sorry to take this from the Astros, relentless. But yes, Yes, we
No,
here expect
they're
them
out
to
for
do great.
blood. They're out for
For
blood.
blood,
Yeah,
yes,
they're gonna go
definitely.
ahead and want to go all the way, man. I know I saw a lot of determination on Hinton,
Yeah,
but the team as well. They did so good. They did so great. I mean,
yeah,
their games were awesome. They did look like they were resting, and they a lot of the times they
hmm
took out a lot of players. Sometimes
yeah,
from the from the Vipers. But you know what? Nonetheless, they did great. They did good,
hmm
and I don't. I think that that loss it shouldn't have happened.
No, it
Honestly,
shouldn't. It shouldn't. Have. It
shouldn't have
shouldn't have. It
happened.
shouldn't have. I honestly, and I agree with you. I think it should have been a series, like a best out of seven,
Yeah,
or like
at
yeah,
least something,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that really takes away, man, a lot of the opportunities for the good teams like them
yeah,
to have been there, and they should have.
yeah, yeah. But hopefully this season it's different, and I feel it will be different. And I honestly think the Vipers will be G League champions.
Woo!
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
gotta catch more games this
Well, yeah,
season.
oh yeah, man. Oh man, each time we win, we're like, oh,
I know it was a great. I mean, a
yeah,
great arena overall and a great games.
yeah. We definitely gotta get more games in,
Yeah.
and you guys too as well. Like when as soon as the season starts, go and support the team because you're in for a show.
Yeah.
Those guys play amazing basketball.
And yeah, no, and it'll be shame to go ahead and not be able to enjoy them anymore just
Mm.
because we don't know what we have. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
unfortunately.
exactly. Yeah,
Like unfortunately, like like our GB Toros,
yeah, yeah.
you know that's what happens when we don't go and appreciate and see. You know,
Yeah,
we gotta go and sometimes even just take your kids. You know,
Yeah,
take
yeah.
anybody,
Mhm.
go see them. And believe me, I promise you, once you go, you won't be the last, or it won't be the first or last.
But I'll tell you one thing though, like Vipers game, win or lose, those guys solid team.
You're gonna be in for a show.
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But the Dallas Mavericks,
Quiet, man. They need to give my boy something
they
to work with, man.
they only like what was it? Was it they trade Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Pistons for like what? What did they get? Three future second round picks.
And I mean, maybe they're too confident in what they have right now, but I really would not. You know, I mean, everybody already knows what they got. You know,
I think that they could get off of their high horse because the way they performed at the finals, that wasn't the Dallas Mavericks, bro. I don't know. I don't know what happened for 3 second round. What for future second round picks? They did only trade for picks.
For me, it was two things. They did, and that's what I know I brought it up in the show. I think that, and I do think it was the main reason they got too cold. They won too fast. That's that other series, and they ended up. But then again, so did the other team.
Yeah.
It's just who functions better. Sometimes some teams work better, or they can go a long time without playing. I mean, they almost went 2 weeks almost without playing or working out or nothing. You know, I mean, they practice, but it's not the same thing. They're already heated. They were working on momentum.
Yeah,
and I feel that really cut it off. Like that long stretch cut it off, and for them. It did affect them. I believe that the other team, that didn't. They did. I think they went ahead and Celtics really, like, I guess, thrived. I mean, they really did have a longer periods of rest even between the other series. They had it pretty easy. So they had a lot of rest. So in between either way, they were already going in more ready for the long stretch of resting. So they were the better team in that. Another thing, the second thing, of course, is what I said. We need to get him some help. We need to get Lucas some help, man. We got to get him some help. And I mean, if they think that that Lucas going to be enough next season, I mean, it could be, for some games, but it's not going to be for a playoff win anymore. As we can already see, for the championship, it wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And like a lot of people, a lot of Dallas fans say that the Dallas teams are jinxed.
I mean,
some said that Luka even, I'm gonna say he dacked it up.
Okay, that's what it was, and we brought it up in the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't compare.
Yeah.
I mean, Luka to Dak. I mean, don't do that. Like Dak literally threw it to the other team, throws
Yeah.
it to the other team, so they like he forgets what team he plays for. I mean, seriously, he messes it up himself.
Yeah.
Luca still had average points.
No, he
still
was
had
by himself.
rebounds.
He was by
Yeah,
himself.
he still did the
That's why I
points.
disagree with that.
The problem is that I mean, where was everybody else?
Everybody else just sat on the bench drinking Gatorade or
I mean,
Powerade, whatever they provided.
I think I saw like three players, three Maverick players only. And the rest were on the bench, and everybody was like, "What are the two?"
yeah.
No,
We're like, oh, we're playing now. Like,
Oh, what? We're playing?
We're playing now. Yeah. But honestly,
Put me in, coach. You already in.
man, if I was playing, you are playing. It looked like that. Yeah, we're drunk, but it looked like that. Honestly,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
but yeah, like the only reason they blame him is just for the same reason that he got us wins. Yeah, in some other games, other people took some of those games for him.
Yeah.
But let's not forget who opened up those opportunities for that player to go ahead and succeed the way they did with those 3-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
Those shots that they did, those, you know what I mean, those points that they did, those rebounds, everything.
Yeah,
Luka was is the center of all of that. The problem was that, like I said in the other games when we were talking about it, is that they were able to go ahead and actually adapt to every team.
Yeah, they were.
And I feel like they couldn't do it with them, but it wasn't really adapting because honestly, I didn't see everybody working together.
No,
I didn't see anybody. I just saw Luka out there, and that's it.
They fell apart.
Exactly,
they fell apart. Yeah.
In the other teams, you saw everybody working together, and that's what opened it up. Luka opened up opportunities, and he was able to go ahead and have everybody else, but I just didn't see anybody else trying to perform. I don't know what happened to everybody
The stats
else.
speak for themselves, man.
Yeah.
The stats speak for themselves.
Yep.
Throughout the whole series of those finals,
mm-hmm.
who was on with the most points? Luka.
Oh, yeah, Luka. Obviously.
Luka, yeah. So that's what upsets me is that they trade only Tim Hardaway Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Not for anybody to help him out. For picks. For draft picks. From draft picks from Detroit. So what, Detroit's going to continue sucking? Who knows? What if Detroit ends up going on fire? Like, what are those picks? Like long distance picks? Like, they had a great chance to maybe get somebody from free agency, somebody, this offseason, but they didn't.
I also saw that I think this is a little bit of a, what's it called? I don't know what it is here. But like they went for an undrafted agent, Jamar Sharp. Jamar Sharp.
Right.
He's 7'5".
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess, it's his center. I guess they're trying to go ahead and try to work something with that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like I said, nonetheless, he was a free agent. I mean, I don't really know his stat wise.
Yeah,
I can't really. He's fresh, so I don't know. I that seems like a very long stretch.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the kid can't perform or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his height. I mean, I obviously they got him for his height. I don't know if it'll be enough for him to help out perform, but yes, I do believe that the I don't know why the Mavericks did not get somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I agree with you. Me and you are stumped, and other Maverick fans can agree that this offseason it's a perfect chance. Still is, the season's starting soon.
They still have a chance.
They still have a chance to sign somebody. Who knows? Maybe towards the end of the, before the season starts, they might get somebody. We might get, blown out of the water with some amazing, contract deals that they make last minute. But honestly, I feel that they're great candidates for one of our award ceremony.
Yeah, for not doing anything. That's the problem.
Yeah.
For not doing anything. I mean, I will say, I don't understand. Like here, like Dallas is doing the same thing as both Mavericks and doing the same thing as the Cowboys. Is like, what's up with free agency? And getting players, man.
Yeah.
They kind of picked it up towards the end, but nonetheless, it's been pretty quiet, and you obviously you need at least another star player.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, Football, my man.
It's getting started.
It's getting started.
Preseason already, this week.
Boy. Yeah.
I'm not that excited about preseason, of course. But it's football, right?
Yeah. And even at that though, like the what was the first preseason game was the Texans versus the Bears.
Oh yeah.
And the Texans lost. I'm like, okay, well, first of all,
hey, calm down.
It was inclement weather. All right, it was 17, and also it's preseason. Okay.
Yeah, so, none of the stars play, man.
None of the stars play. So like, slow your horses there, guys. Saying that the Texans are bust because like, why are you even saying that? It's preseason.
You see, that's the problem. That's why I hate preseason.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I gotta say, I hate it a little bit because that's the same thing that I hear. Cowboys. I mean, they always do bad preseason. They always do good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, it's backups, bro. And and everybody's talking smack. Oh, the Cowboys already lost.
No, this is our year. We're them boys, huh? We're them boys. Like, always the same freaking song. Always.
But when we're winning, they hide.
Yeah, they hide down. And even at the same thing with the Texans, like, what about all those guys they signed? What about the teams gonna be like? Aren't they the top team now of Texas? Like blah blah blah, yaggity schmaggity. I'm like, it's preseason, guys.
Calm down.
It's preseason.
Let the first game of the season start officially.
When it's kicked off, and we're getting our butts kicked, and all we have is a field goal.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll take it. Preseason, please hold on.
Hold your horses. Yeah.
Calm down.
We're all eager. We're all happy that football. Yeah. You smell the gridiron. It's right there.
It's
right there. Yeah, you can smell it. It's right there.
Well, I will say I am happy for one thing. I hope, and you're gonna get your wish too, because I think you wanted this more than even I did. Is Trey Lance? Seeing him as play.
Yeah.
Because I do want to see what the kids got.
So now you finally agree too, right?
Yeah. Well, I always wanted to see what he's got. The only opportunities that I say he should have played them last year in the 49ers game and in the playoff game. Yeah, in the second half, what was it? I mean, Dak wasn't going to get any better. I mean, what you wanted him to do, throw 2 more interceptions? No way he did. You know what I mean? Golly. Sheesh, just put the guy in already.
I agree.
And I feel like they even it was an injured rush. I feel like they even kind of anticipated to put Lance in there, but not that way. I guess we were going to be ahead, and they wanted to put him in, to get some, some what's it called? Some passes, I guess.
Yeah.
And getting through because they thought it was going to go ahead and be one of those kinds of games. Obviously not, thanks to Dak. But
yeah.
But nonetheless, I feel like he should get some. He should get some throws in on preseason games. I think they should let Rush hang back for a bit, and I want to see what this kid's got. Yeah. I did see some videos though on him on camp, and it wasn't pretty though. He got intercepted a few times.
Okay, it's camp.
Yeah. No, and you know what? That's why I said that I wanted him to play against the 49ers, because I'll give him this as the benefit of the doubt. You're playing the defense that plays against you all the time. They know how you play.
Yeah.
They're the best people to play against your own team.
Yeah.
Because they know you.
Yeah.
They know you. So the same reason I'll give him that. But the same reason that's why you should have put him last season. The last game.
That's another reason why.
It's like But anyways, I'll give him that. So that's why I would like to see, hey, we got a good defense. Nonetheless, our defense is nobody's talking shit about our defense. I mean, shoot our defense. But our offense is the one that's in question.
Although I'll give it with the defense. Now, who do you get the defensive coordinator now?
It's Zimmer.
Zimmer. It's true.
Zimmer. We got Zimmer, and you know what? He's actually brought in quite a few people. Nonetheless, right now, Darius Harris. They say that actually because of him, actually.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. They say, man, that's wild. From the Chiefs. You know what? Maybe he saw something with the Cowboys, and like, you know what, I'm going with this team a lot better. See what they bring.
I mean, I will say, I mean, I can't say, it was a bad defense, or of course can no, I don't think anybody can even say that, because our defense always did really good. But I want to see, and I kind of am interested in what Zimmer has to bring, because I know they played a lot of man to man. Like obviously they played a lot of man to man last year, almost all season long, and part of the break, and I mean maybe it was because of Dax, in and outs quickly, that he decided to put him in zone.
Yeah, yeah.
And because our defense all season long they played man to man, they didn't play zone.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, why change it up? But I can kind of see, the defense is tired, in and outs, just playing in. I mean, the offense being in and out just, didn't help them give the defense a break. I mean, I can see reasons why a little bit. I mean, I guess, or I mean, God knows. I mean, what was in their minds? You would have to go ahead and really, really talk to them, because even in interviews, I don't think they'll tell you the full story, because they can't really blame someone or blame, people who they really do believe that it's their fault.
Yeah, yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm interested in what he's gonna bring, because he's gonna bring a lot more zone, and of course man to man when he needs it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's good to play man to man, and I like man to man. Don't get me wrong, but zoning helps out a lot the defense to catch their breath and to play a little bit more, here and there, and especially for picks, especially when we got the guy named like Diggs. We do need a safety, and having Bland. I mean, I would love I would love to see Bland up there with the safety, and then Diggs right there on his side, because that's a good.
I don't know, but like we've seen glimpses of how they were when the season started before Diggs got injured.
Yeah.
Which I now say that Diggs needs to get like a traidor.
Get that man help wherever he needs.
Yeah. Have somebody, just a bringer, somebody to just bring him stuff. Don't let him run anywhere besides the game, because like the Cowboys needed him a lot this past season. Yeah. Of course they did have Bland.
Yeah,
I give him that. But hey, with Diggs, it would have increased a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? That playoff game with the Packers, it might have gone different if he wasn't injured.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, because of how it went down, I will say that unfortunately I don't really see. I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to say, but I kind of say the same way, because the offense is just that.
Yeah.
It was just that. It was not on the defensive side to go ahead.
But like the reason I say that is because I'm thinking like the defense might have helped.
Oh yeah, that's why I say, like, it's hard for me to say. It could have definitely not hurt, and I bet you they would have probably gone like one of the interceptions, considering the throws that he was making.
Oh yeah,
and they were catching their offense. So yeah, I mean they kind of like left it out there. So I mean at least a touchdown or two would have made a big difference. Maybe the momentum there, they would have knocked that a little bit out. You know, like, hey man, the defense is scoring for us, and you scored.
Definitely.
Maybe it would have helped out. I mean, it would have definitely helped for sure. Made a difference. It's hard for me to say, because Dak just kept on throwing that ball away,
like he hated it.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna pass it to you. I don't
pass to them. But with the season starting, hopefully that's not the repeated results. Hopefully this dry spell or along with other Dallas fans say, hopefully we're not jinxed and the jinx is done this season.
Well, like another thing that I've said before, and I'll say it again, is like this is gonna be a good season, considering that he plays good in the season.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good season for him to prove it, because we're gonna play the best.
Definitely.
We're gonna play at least from what everybody in the playoffs last year. We're playing them this year, and it's during their regular season. So everybody that said we had an easy schedule last year, okay, we don't this year. We definitely don't. We have everybody that played in the playoffs in the schedule this year, and you know what? It's gonna be a good test for him, because I will say, I mean, during the season he plays good, at least decent, at least good enough for us to get that wins. And those wins, but here comes the playoffs, and I don't know where he goes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen video of camp. I've been keeping up with his throws. He's been making, I mean, 4 throws in pockets. To really
Yeah.
nice throws. Not gonna lie. I mean, somebody should practice with him. And say, hey, this is the playoffs. Let's see how you throw, and then see who throws it to the next year. Maybe
Oh man.
practice a little bit, saying, hey, this is the playoffs. Okay, let's go away.
Hopefully, but yeah.
Throws it to a defensive player that wasn't even playing. Nah.
Oh man. But honestly, I'm counting down the days till kickoff.
Definitely.
I am really excited. Yeah, preseason. Yes, preseason's here, so that means kickoff is just right around the corner.
And they'll probably get your boy to go ahead and also do some throws too.
Hopefully, we'll find out this Friday.
Yeah, no, they probably will. They probably won't until the third game. No, I'm not gonna injure that boy. If they do put him to get some throws, they'll probably put all the like they always do that in the third game.
Yeah,
maybe play one quarter and that's it.
Maybe.
Because it would be nice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. All eyes are on him. He's all over Houston actually.
Well, that press conference that Dak gave pretty much said like, hey, even if they do win, I don't think he's coming back. I think the era of Prescott in Dallas it's almost over. It's done.
I really don't think either way because by the looks of it, it's he would have to get us to the playoffs,
to the show, to
and
the
win at
the
least.
bowl.
Maybe if he wins us 1 or 2 playoff games, I would say 3 and the three in the Super Bowl would make it like, you know what I mean, for sure. But if he would get us to the finals, I think that's what he needs for him to have stayed. I don't think he will do that, or he's capable of that. So, nonetheless, I mean, even if, like, let's say, if he does make it to that and he leaves, I would probably be a little bit also confused because I think he wants to stay. But nonetheless, I mean, if he would accomplish that, I would give him his props in saying, okay, fine, go ahead and you go ahead. I mean, if he did it once, you can do it again.
Yeah.
I guess that's the kind of speech and kind of like thinking I would go ahead and do. But is he capable of doing it? I don't think so.
No.
Unfortunately, as a Cowboy fan, and it hurts me to say that because I mean, already going in with the season like we're not gonna win the Super Bowl, comes in as a bad. I just want to get enough wins. I just want to get good wins. I want to see the games. As a fan, that's what I have. Honestly, seeing Dak as a quarterback, I just want to get as many W's as we can, have as many good games as we can. That's how I see it, honestly. And I expect us to go to the playoffs.
No, yes.
I do expect us to go to playoffs. It's going to be a little bit harder this season because not only are we playing teams, but we're a little bit not used to. We don't have the same amount of stars as we usually do in the roster. So it's going to be a lot more difficult. But I still do expect the way the Cowboys are. I mean, final right now how they are. Finally, getting ready for the season. I expect them to go to the playoffs still. I do still. Now at the end of last season, maybe not as much. Maybe in the middle, not as much either. But now I am seeing what they're capable of, and they should make it to the playoffs.
I hope that this season proves a lot of doubters wrong. I agree with you that we can get to the playoffs, possibly second round, third round, maybe even the distance. I honestly feel that this season, since it's like the last season for a lot of players, and I know some players are upset, like CeeDee Lamb's upset about some contract stuff. That rumors that they're lingering why he didn't show up to training day or or whatnot. But I honestly feel that this upcoming season is going to be a different Cowboys team, not from previous years. And I sound a lot one of those like, oh, this is our year, we them boys or whatnot. But no, this is different. This is different.
Yeah.
Because once again, I'll sound like a broken record. That playoff loss was hard. And this season, they're going to take a lot of that anger and a lot of that frustration, and they're going to leave it on the field against the other teams. And I feel that we will go the distance in the playoffs and possibly, 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 and let me say that again, possibly go to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, that it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen teams go to the playoffs with less.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at the Chiefs. I mean, of course, they got Mahomes. You can't compare.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were having a horrible regular season.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then playoff comes.
And look where they ended up. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know, and not only that, I've seen other teams, do a lot with less. If Dak can perform, the way he does in regular seasons, and we make it to the playoffs, and he plays like that in the playoffs, he will be more than enough, and our defense will be more than enough to go ahead and get the victories.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he plays the way he does all the time in the playoffs, and when he gets there
and chokes, yeah.
So that is possible. It's possible. The reason why I just don't believe it is because I've already seen it too many times. It's already been too many times.
Your heart's been broken too many.
Yeah, it's already like it's like it would be. I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? The perfect word, redundant. I guess I don't know, to go ahead and see the same thing, do the same thing, and then expect a different outcome.
Oh, insanity!
You know what I mean?
Yeah, insanity. Once again, word of the day, guys, insanity.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it would be ridiculous and insane for me to expect a different outcome with the same thing. I mean, how many times have we been to the playoffs with Dak? Many times. And he's choked every time on the playoffs. On the playoffs,
yeah.
When we have really good seasons, and for the past 3 years, I mean, we've had great seasons.
And you know what's a bad thing about that? Every other team and every other fan base knows this. That's what stings more.
That's what they use
more.
it.
They're vocal about it.
Oh, definitely,
very vocal.
They already started with the jokes, the videos of the Cowboys. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. Like I've seen the memes. Yeah. It hurts more because I'm a Dallas fan. Everyone's all like, "Are you ready for that heartache?" I'm like, "What heartache? Oh, that one. Ow." Yeah, being close to the sun, but just falling. But honestly, though, it's gonna be different. Yeah, because every situation that's in the playoffs, either the first round, second round, we always pop off. But like once again, as I said earlier. I think it's going to be a different Cowboys season.
Well, I'll tell you this much: last season's ending, it did affect everybody differently.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It was different. It was different. It was different, and it was like crushing, like even more crushing. I do believe than other years. Frustration more
because it was an abysmal way that they played.
Yeah,
I know we speak a lot about that playoff loss, but it's because it was bad. It was a bad loss.
It was ridiculous. Even I know a fan that was at Green Bay and he expected a blowout. He expected a blowout on the Cowboys and being, the victors. But you know what? Even I didn't want to hold. I was calm and I was for the same reason because I know the playoffs is not good for us and everything. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't that surprising when I saw the game performance and everything. Yeah. I guess it's something that we're already, used to in the way. But nonetheless, they're my team. I mean, support them. Like we say, we always support them.
Support Texas teams,
and that like you said, that it's a possibility. It's a possibility. All he needs to do is play the same way he does in the regular season.
Yeah, just pretend it's not a playoff game.
And I'm sorry to say, and he is the catalyst to being Super Bowl winners or contenders, and that's basically it. The quarterback is a big catalyst. Sometimes it might not even be the catalyst for the victory or being able to win or not. I mean, we've seen other teams win without the quarterback being the star, the VA MVP. But in this case, I mean, we're a throwing team. We are a throwing team running. didn't really work for us this season.
Mm.
I
Hopefully
mean,
it's different now with Zeke back.
yeah, hopefully it's different. Hopefully our running game is at least existing. At least it exists. But I do know that now the NFL has gone to having to throw the ball,
Yeah.
and that's why it is more important for a quarterback. And for us, it has to be,
Mm-hmm.
and he is the catalyst to go ahead and get us a win. It might not, I don't know, it might not be the main one, but it will take for him to go ahead and play well for us to get that victory.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of fans, and I'm saying bandwagon fans or those that, they switch side to the Houston Texans because the way the team's been performing or the way they performed last year with the roster that they had.
Oh yeah, no, the biggest influence is your quarterback.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CJ is he's the one that's it's dragging all this attention, and with good, with I mean honestly,
with positivity. Yeah, it was
yeah,
it was a
yeah,
good way.
and with good reason,
Yeah.
good reason, because that's why everybody's shifting their momentum over there. Not only Cowboy fans,
Yeah.
a lot of other fans too.
Yeah.
They're bandwagons that go change teams,
Oh, but
and they're going for
no, I'm
Houston.
not talking about
a
those
lot.
guys. I'm talking about like actual like
Yeah.
fans. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's because of nonetheless CJ.
Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah, well, a real clutch quarterback that you can see
Yeah.
he didn't fold under the pressure.
No, he
didn't. And
didn't.
you saw that in the playoff rounds when they
Yeah.
went up against the Browns and the Ravens. Although yes, despite them losing that second half, that first half it looked like we had their number.
Yeah, no.
We
It
had
was
their number.
it was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. And like yes, the preseason they lost. They lost.
The preseason has nothing.
But once again, it's the preseason, guys.
Preseason has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait till the first game. The first game is gonna tell you a lot.
Exactly.
And I'm not gonna lie. I think I've said it
Exactly.
before, and I know we've talked about it before. But CJ, I think this year is gonna really show the quarterback that he's gonna become and be,
Mhm.
because this is his second season, and I feel like it's a lot tougher on a lot of quarterbacks. Their second season,
Mhm.
first season's a lot more easier. Their second season really shows their true color, what they're gonna become.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that, I think there's many eyes because he's on top of that good, but also because they want to see how he evolves.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he will do it positively, not negatively.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that kid looks like he's got a lot of potential, and it's just natural.
You're natural, yeah.
He's like another Chiefs quarterback, Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's another Mahomes.
Mm.
Of course, Mahomes is different. He's a little bit more different. He's in the territory sense.
Mhm.
I think CJ is a little more in pocket with throwing and stuff.
The
And
offensive line, they got a wall of people.
Yeah, they're gonna need it because they caused an injury to CJ, and that's gonna be a big blow. Big blow.
Definitely.
Especially if it happens early in the season. So, that's definitely that cannot do. So you need that. You need a wall.
Definitely.
And I mean, of course, all eyes, like I said, Houston. On Houston.
Yeah, on Houston. Yeah. Well, my brother, it's time for our favorite segment of our show. Drum roll, brother. Welcome to another segment of Ponte Pilas and this is Mijo, where we give our rating of who are the losers and who are the winners so far. So, my brother, what would you like to hear first?
Let's go out in the good news. So let's go with the bad news first.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with good.
Well,
so
drum roll, my friend. The one that needs to Ponte Pilas is the Dallas Mavericks. And the reasons why, as we discussed earlier, trading Tim Hardaway Jr. and just getting picks from a team, that's it, not getting anybody for Luka to help them out. I honestly feel that was dumb. And a lot of other Dallas fans probably feel the same way. There are plenty of free agents out there right now, plenty of people that get to sign off. Who knows what's coming this offseason? But honestly, they made a huge mistake just trading him away just for picks for us, for the season that they need right now. Because honestly, like Luka needs help, and we've seen that at the NBA Finals.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, this Mr. Sharp guy,
Mhm.
center. I mean, I guess the question would be going out on this on. I mean, on obviously, is will Sharp be enough?
Mhm.
You know, will this 7'5" center 7 foot 5
Yeah.
uh guy center be enough?
Yeah.
And would it be enough to help out Luca? I mean,
Yeah.
that's would be the question that I would be asking myself.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I was in the office or coach, honestly, for the Mavs.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, hopefully it's enough that they needed, and maybe we might see them go the distance again to the finals, or somewhat. But honestly, it's going to be rough because the way the Spurs and the Rockets have improved, it it might not go their way this upcoming season. But hey, hopefully I'm proven wrong, or hopefully I'm proven right. Either way, I see a Texas team going the distance.
Unless Luca can go ahead and continue to go ahead or by himself,
Mhm.
I don't see uh, a big change going towards the Mavs.
Yeah.
And everybody already knows, already seen, Luca. He had a good year, yes, he did.
Mhm.
But I think next year they'll be more than ready for him. So
Yeah.
yeah, they need to get him
They,
some
they, they,
help
they give him some help. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
open him up and to go create
Opportunities,
opportunities.
definitely opportunities in the paint. Because honestly, like those weren't the Dallas Mavericks
No.
that we've seen throughout the whole season.
And even in other games in the playoffs,
Mhm.
a lot of mysteries,
A lot of mysteries.
a lot of mysteries, and
Yeah.
I'm even surprised in some of the games
An
that they
uncomfortable
won.
amount of mysteries.
Yeah, for them to have won, I was
Yeah.
surprised too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, they created opportunities and they did win. Good for them. But yeah, that's what I mean. Obviously, it led to a lot of things. Also,
Yeah.
missing those threes,
Yeah.
missing a lot of those.
Mhm.
They need to get those points
Definitely.
and
Definitely.
then on those baskets.
But yeah, they need to ponerte pilas, honestly.
They do. They
Mhm.
do.
Mhm. Well, to end it on a good note, the SS Mijo Award goes to the Houston Astros.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. For actually winning today the Silver Boot Series against the Texas Rangers.
Being number one
Hey, who's the number one in Texas?
right
Astros,
now,
baby.
is it? I mean, obviously
45s.
Hey. they're doing good. Honestly, big change, and they did it.
Big change. And I had said that earlier. Remember when I said that? I whole little rant about the Washington Nationals, and yeah, but
they did what they needed to do.
They did. They improved. They improved. Yeah, despite the injuries that they had at pitching and making some questionable trades that other fans disagreed on. But hey, the juice was worth the squeeze. There's still juice in that juice box. The Astros, I honestly feel that they're on their way to the wild card, and honestly, they're in first place.
No, I mean,
and I feel they're going to stay there.
I mean, yeah, I'm just the positivity going their way.
Positivity, yes. And yes, they need to rest their star players, but honestly, the way they've been going, if they keep it at this rate and a great momentum, I see them actually heading to the World Series. And I'm saying this not just as a Nationals fan, as a baseball fan in general. They do have a couple of other tough teams. Hopefully, they can beat the Boston Red Sox this upcoming Friday. Hopefully they win this series. And honestly, I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping for Kyle Tucker to come back soon.
Hopefully.
Because once they get him back, oof, watch out plus. Now. The kingdom needs their king back, and I know once he comes back, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be getting good.
Hey, if they were able to do this in this amount of games, imagine what they could do for the rest of the season. Man.
Exactly. Well, my brother, it's been one awesome show. Once again, I'm Rene Garza Jr.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And we'll see you at the next tailgate. My brother, let's go grab a bite, my man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, it was Friday already. I want to see that tailgate.
I'm excited for the weekend.
Oh, I know I'm so excited.
Finally, some foosball.
Oh, yes, indeed.